faithful listener. This is Stephen Edwards, Acquiring Minds. Today on the show, I have Keith Sandals, who is a flat Earth person. One of these people who go online and spread this idea that the Earth is flat. And I have never in my life met someone who I have differed from so much. But before that, I want to tell you about someone I actually do like. Some sponsors of mine, which is today is from a law firm. Now, let me ask you this. This is specifically for the women in my audience. Have you ever been sexually harassed into getting into a car? Now, sexual harassment is really everywhere right now. The Me Too movement, time's up. It's on everyone's mind. Look back over your history. Have you ever, had a man sort of forcefully suggest that you get into his car and you were afraid of, the implication or what would happen if you said no, and then when you were in the car, you were in some sort of collision? Well, now there's someone that wants to help you with that. The law firm of Ross and Rachel. Ross and Rachel, really? Okay. The law firm of Ross and Rachel wants to hear from you. They are looking for people who were sexually harassed into getting into cars and then were in a car accident. You might think it's specific, but apparently they've had a lot of claims already. Just like they are really blowing up business wise. So apparently it happens. So men are gross. Never forget that they're just awful. They're really just the worst thing. And now on with today's episode. It took every ounce of my journalistic integrity to approach him in a neutral way, in a fair and open-minded way. And I'm proud of myself, really. I'm proud that I kept it together for the duration of this interview.
No, and it's my own opinion that I'm allowed to have.
It's not about your opinion, you know what it's about?
The implication,
no,
otherwise,
it's not the implication.
is some kind of prejudice against me, which I don't appreciate.
It's not prejudice when you are slowing the progress of the race as a whole. You are a detriment to the species, okay? That's not prejudice.
How am I not meant to take that personal? How is that not meant to be a slight against my character?
Whether you take it personal or not is not my problem, okay? I am looking for the species to grow and prosper, and we can't do that if we're still debating things that we proved centuries ago, in the dark times.
Proved by guys who were working by candlelight.
Oh, right,
this is ridiculous.
Yes,
this is like saying you should still be watching the same TV you had in the 80s. Progress moves forward.
Not.
I'm the progress here. I'm the progress.
You think you're moving forward?
Yes.
You're moving the opposite of forward. You're going backwards, for God's sake.
Let's not take the big man's name in vain here.
I'm not even touching that. Okay, let's start with something easy. Okay, here's a softball for you.
Okay, fire away.
Rainbows. Okay, you look up in the sky. Rainbows, curvature of Earth, curved rainbows. How do you explain that if the Earth is flat?
Obviously, rainbows don't exist.
What do you mean they don't exist?
Well, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that it's an optical illusion that's brought on by a sensor that's placed in our brains when we're babies.
It definitely doesn't take a genius.
Were you not born in a hospital? If you go to the Amazon rainforest and you speak to the people of the Amazon rainforest and you ask them what shape a rainbow is, they'll say, what's a rainbow? They've never seen rainbows. Is that not a bit convenient?
Rainbows
don't exist.
Okay, I don't even know. Okay, so NASA, okay? The space program, people on the moon, satellite photos taken show the globe.
Satellites don't exist.
I can't work with you.
You've
got to give me something.
Have you ever seen a satellite?
No, but that doesn't...
If I showed you a picture from space made on a computer versus a picture from space taken from one of these supposed satellites, would you be able to tell the difference?
How can you talk about...
They're dots in space. They're white dots on a black background.
So NASA's just a billion-dollar organization purporting this lie. That's what you're saying to me right now.
Well, how else would the Jews make their money, Stephen?
Why is it always the Jews? Why
it's
way
actually happening. Listen,
you roll the dice,
listen.
Jews
Are
lose.
you listening? I should be heard.
Haven't they been through enough?
NASA is a Hebrew word which means to deceive. Is that not something that we should all be aware of?
What did they do to you? That
they made
always
millions,
come out the
they
bad
make
guys.
Millions of dollars
in
from this.
every
time
play
someone sells a space
write,
rock, it's
they
always
are cast
some
as
Jewish person. Now, I am nothing against the Jews personally. So, even though they're all going to burn for their sins, I have nothing against them.
No, not
I have
personal.
nothing against them. The Muslims, the Chinese ones, all the heathens have nothing against personally. They're all just going to burn for their sins, and they're all wrong.
Shut up with your racism. Okay, so you're saying that, again, billion-dollar organization, been going for decades now, and they're all geared towards putting out this lie, maintaining this lie. That's the only reason they exist.
They're part of a group that exists in order to cover up truth, yes.
For what purpose?
To cover up the mistakes.
Mistakes? What are you...
The mistakes of science. We've fallen into the rabbit hole of this science culture where everything needs to be proven and experimented on. When the real truth is that once the curtain drops and we all realise that this science is another hocus pocus and the only one truth is the word of our God the Father, then we're all going to look like idiots. And God's going to turn his back on us. So I am a crusader for the right of the Christian faith and of humanity's future. Me against the lizard men and the Jews.
What is it with the lizard men?
The lizard men are the leaders of the Illuminati. Have you never been to a David Icke lecture? The only thing that we can trust in this life, Stephen Edwards, is the sacred words of the Holy Bible. We all thought that the earth was a globe. We were wrong. We look like total losers now. We look like idiots. The only thing that we can trust is the Bible, so we should all trust what the Bible says when the Bible says implicitly that the earth is flat.
I need to unpack that there. So you're talking about centuries ago when the concept of a globe earth was first put out, Copernicus, all that, everyone bought into it, and you're saying that your group and people like you have proved it's wrong, and we're all too embarrassed to admit it.
Copernicus was sailing around the world the same time that people were drinking mercury. Did you drink mercury? Did you have a nice glass of Diet Mercury today?
Shut up. And so we're all too embarrassed, and so the alternative to admitting that we were wrong, sorry guys, this one's on us, is to sink trillions of dollars into this conspiracy.
It's the only way to prove that we're right. We need to mount an exhibition to the walls of the earth.
I don't even know how to come at that. How are you like this, Keith? What happened? Who hurt you? Or were you struck by a gamma ray of stupidity? What's your origin story, man?
My origin story, Stephen? Do you want to know my origin story?
I would be very interested.
I came on this show to talk about the truth about the flat earth, not to talk about myself. I am not a martyr for this cause, although, yes, I could be. Yes, I've got the right personality to be, a leader.
Well, fingers crossed.
I could be on T-shirts. I'd look pretty good as a statue made of gold. But this isn't about me.
It's not about you.
This isn't about me and my albeit tragic life story, Stephen, I want to share with you a tale of woe. A tale of a young Keith Archibald Sandals.
I feel I'm going to regret
Imagine
this.
Small schoolboy in his little school shorts, scraped knees, riding his bike down the shops, enjoying summers in the English countryside, winters in the English countryside as well, which was strange because we didn't live in the English countryside. But that's not the point, Steve. I grew up in a house of lies, Stephen. I was a child of a bitter divorce, conceived in a loveless marriage where the English stiff upper liftness meant we never really talked about our feelings. We never really talked about anything apart from what was on the Radio Times that day. Mother never watched Doctor Who, which made conversation quite laxed. There was not much to talk about except for the crossword puzzles. And as a dyslexic myself, I was always left out of these conversations, so I would sit alone in the reading room. And all those books I couldn't read because I was dyslexic.
I was going to point that out, but go on.
We never discussed our feelings. We never included each other in our activities. All we had were the lies. Mother hid her pills. Father hid his lovers. Every day was the same till they just couldn't take it anymore. Mother killed herself. Father couldn't live with the guilt. He ran off to join a commune and I was left alone in my little world of lies. Desperate, one day I reached out into the void looking for an answer. I asked Jeeves. I asked him, why do people lie? Why are people so bad inside? What is it that is missing to make us all whole? And that's when I found it, Stephen. I found the first link on the top of that page to a flat earth group called the flat whites, who were also
incidentally white
supremacists. Yes,
I was going to say
it was not for me, but I did pick up some interesting facts about the Jewish conspiracy from those fellows.
I'll bet
it turned into actually being related to Flat Earth Society, as I can show you with my many topical newspapers and drawings that I have found online. But I took what I learned from there and started my own Flat Earth group. My mind was blown, Stephen. Proof was all there. Proof was there in black and white, 12-point impact font, real science, not the kind they teach in schools, but the kind that you feel in your guts. Where education really comes from, Stephen, from inside, not from lectures or from education, from just going, yeah, that sounds right to me.
That's touching. It really is, and it's tragic. It's also bullshit. Okay? You can't, my mummy and my daddy did not love each other. No one's mum and dad loves them. Okay? No one's. Doesn't mean you can go around saying that the earth is a flat line. That's insane. You can't use this to justify these beliefs. And anyway, at this point, weren't you already training to be a geography teacher when you stumbled upon all this?
Well, yes, they did divorce and die when I was in my late 30s. This is true, but still,
we've established the divorce.
It really hurts.
You know,
Stephen.
You're really hanging on to the divorce at this
yes,
point, and the killing itself and the suicides. Get over it at a certain point.
Yes, okay.
Why not quit? Why not walk away from this profession? Surely it was all a lie, was it not? Is that wrong? Am I incorrect?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Let me answer the question.
Okay, yeah. Oh, my guess. It's not going to be about the suicides again, is it?
No.
Because I swear to God, if I hear about your mother's suicide one more time...
It's painful to bring up, and I don't appreciate the levity to which you're approaching it. This is about your question that you asked, and you would like me to answer.
Please proceed.
Yes, I am a fully trained geography teacher, but I'm also a sleeper agent.
You're a sleeper agent?
I took the one course, it's the one class that I knew where I could make a difference, geography. So I could teach the kids of the day so the future's a better place. I'm bringing down the establishment from the inside.
Hang on, so you go to schools and you teach flat earth education instead of the regular geography on the curriculum?
Well, in my school, yes, I teach my flat earth curriculum.
And the school is fine with this?
The institution that I'm bringing down from the inside, you mean?
The establishment being Slag Lane Primary School and St. Helens.
That's the very same.
Yeah, this is just striking right at the heart.
Every revolution begins with but a single step. Am I not entitled to my belief?
You can't push that on other people, especially at a young age. Science is science, okay? Science is fact.
What makes it a fact? Who says it's a fact? Scientist?
Yes!
Oh, so if that's true, then why do they say theories instead of this is the way it is?
Because that's how science works, okay? There's a concept called the scientific principle, which was invented because there's always been fucking morons like you. You've been around since the Middle Ages. You would set fire to people who said the Earth revolves around the sun. They have to take a hard line on theories. It works like this. Scientists research, they test, they correlate data, and they combine their data with other people who have researched the same thing in controlled environments. And if all the results across the board prove to be the same, then they say things like, this evidence leads us to believe, or beyond reasonable doubt we can say, and that's where you're going wrong. This is what the evidence has told us. This is what the evidence has pointed us towards. You can't just look at a photo and go, there's no curvature in the horizon. You need to map out landmass, you need to combine data and then get someone else to do the same so you can conclusively prove that your findings are the same. What really pisses me off here is that you're a teacher.
My students don't have a problem with any of this.
Of course they don't. You're a geography teacher. No one ever in the history of education has ever taken geography serious. The only thing lower on the totem pole than you is what's that other one? Leisure and tourism.
How dare you?
How
dare you insinuate that I am some kind of receptionist jockey?
Here's the thing that really annoys me. You tell these kids about flat earth, but what exactly do you tell them?
That the earth is not a globe, which is true. That the earth is flat. We've just been led to believe that it's spherical when it's not.
Do the school know that you're doing this?
Well, I assume they do, because I've been there for 5 years now, but it's my moral duty to explain to the youth of today the truth, which is why I have my web show, where I go into finer details over these things.
Look, if anyone knows it, it's me. You can't just put stuff on the internet and say that you're legitimate.
Well, these videos do get a very good reaction online. Even I show them in class all the time. The kids, they just love them. They come in some days and they say, Sir, can we watch some of your videos again, sir?
So you watch a lot of these videos? You watch a lot of YouTube
It
clips?
takes up about 80% of the class, but the kids love them so much.
Are they long videos?
I can see the joy in their face when I say, we're just going to watch some videos today, kids.
Mm-hmm. Keith, can I present you with a theory? I don't know how you feel about theories, because it's kind of been formed by me collecting data from what you're saying. But would you mind if I just propose something to you?
You may cautiously proceed. I see you're building up to something here.
Okay, so hear me out. These kids couldn't give two wet shits about your ramblings. They just want to text and sext and all that. They got a sweet setup going here. They come to your lessons and they just kind of sit off for an hour and then they go on to the real lessons. But this is the thing. This is your danger. 1 out of every 10 of these kids is going to be susceptible to this shit.
That is such a typical fucking cynical fucking globehead reaction. You think everyone is as unenlightened and as uninterested in the truth as you are. That's bullshit. There's that one kid that may pick up on it over everyone else, but they all get something out of it. And that one kid, guess what? He's going to be the future.
The future, really.
He is going to be the one that leads us to the great tomorrow.
The lad who doesn't believe in gravity and spends his teenage years watching YouTube videos instead of learning, he's going to be Prime Minister, eh? What's Prime Minister Flat Earth going to say when the satellites pick up nukes the Chinas have just fired from the other side of the globe?
Well, obviously, he's going to be smart enough to realise that satellites don't exist.
We can't do the satellites don't exist thing again. How are you saying this with... Hang on. Am I being punked? Are you sure this isn't a joke?
This is not a joke.
The Jeremy Beadle fake is deaf, and just to do this one long con. Is this Beatles about again?
I don't know what you're talking about. I am a man of education, sir. I am a man of great learning, and I am as real as they come. I am the real thing. I am the Mac Daddy of flat earthing.
So you're for real then, not a joke.
100% legit. Too legit to quit.
And this is awful. You're a teacher. You're telling kids these. They have young, impressionable minds. You surely you must understand that this is not ethically right. You can't peddle this to kids. You can't give them this hokey pokey as scientific fact. Look, at a certain point, even the kids are going to realize it just doesn't hold. How do you explain basic stuff? Like, okay, so if the Earth is flat, where's the edge? Where's the edge of the world? Where's the cliff at the edge of the world?
The Antarctic.
What do you mean it's the Antarctic?
The Antarctic is the edge of the world.
Explain that statement.
Well, people think, because they've been lied to, that it is at the top of the world, and it's some insurmountable cold landscape, but it's not. It's a giant wall of ice that centers the entire Earth.
Well, you're talking like Game of Thrones style here.
That would be a very simple take on it, yes. But
okay, so what's on the other side? Who's tried climbing it just to see how that shit goes?
We haven't really found the wall of ice yet, but we know that there is one there.
Hang on. What? What? You're serious? What do you mean you haven't found? So you know that there's a wall of ice there, but you haven't found it yet?
No, we haven't found it yet. Have you found the dinosaur bone? Have you found the missing
link? Me, not personally, no.
No, you just take it as fact that the missing link was a thing.
No. Look, we're not going down that road. The wall of ice, you can't sit here and just say wall of ice and expect me to take you at your way. Now, come on. You must admit, it's a little bit convenient.
Convenient?
That no one's found the wall of ice.
Says. Let me tell you something, Stephen. There's nothing convenient about being a flat earther. I am ridiculed daily. I am spat upon by teachers in the teachers' lounge. You should see the state of my teacup. The things they do to it, Stephen. It's unforgivable. I suffer for my beliefs, Stephen, is what I'm trying to say here. I am a man of great intelligence, if I do say so myself, and charisma. And yes, I try and use the gifts that God, the Lord Savior, has given me to teach other people the truth. And I get nothing but aggravation for that. I get nothing but spite and malice. I see on TV, everyone gets their time. There's the Me Too movement. There's the Black Lives Matter. Well, Stephen, Me 3 and Flat Earth Lives Matter.
Me 3 doesn't even make any sense.
You don't make any sense.
The fact that you are...
You don't make any sense. The Earth's not round. How do planes get all the way around something, Stephen? What, they work like 3D?
Fuel.
How does it... A car can't go around something. It's not like the Spider-Mobile. It doesn't stick to the ground. This is ridiculous. You can stand at the top of a mountain and you can look out for miles and you don't see anything round, do you? No, you just see flat land because the Earth is flat. You fucking idiot!
Oh, and poor you who gets such aggravation for such simple and coherent beliefs. Poor you.
Yeah, poor me. Poor all of us. Poor me. Poor people of the Flat Earth Society. The poor mothers who refuse to have their babies inoculated because they don't want their babies to get polio
we are not
or end
doing,
up with autism
we are not
or
doing the
become
vaccination
gay.
topic.
You know how many gay fish
Line
there are in
sand.
the ocean now because these people, because of the lizard people, Stephen. This is exactly what they want you to think. They're sitting up there in their moon base planning all this out. The fish are gay, Stephen. The fish are fucking each other.
We're getting a little bit away from topic, don't you think?
You know, this whole vaccination thing is absolute bollocks. It's like saying if I punched you in the face, that you become immune to being punched in the face.
That's not what they mean. That's how the immune system works. You get them a little bit of the virus, and the immune system learns how to fight the virus.
Is that what they taught you in your school, where you got your education?
Yes, stop doing the quotation marks. That is literally where I got that information.
Well, I got my information online. From real people. Real men who work by the sweat of their good Christian men.
Memes are not information.
Working. They're pretty funny, though. You've got to give me that.
You can't list memes on your CV, okay? You can't list, I learned
Real
this
men don't
as
need
evidence
CVs.
in these memes.
Real men learn with their hands and they get jobs building things.
Are you saying there's a CV conspiracy?
Real men work jobs and building sites.
CVs
they don't work
fake,
in offices
folks.
with the rest of
don't
the
believe
Jews.
The truth.
With the rest of the Jews
you know
counting
what?
their money.
You know what? That's like a fair Jews thing
money
that you've said.
That they
so
spend
for all
on their
my
precious
listeners
Jew
in Israel, fucking muzzle top, motherfucker.
Ow! Fuck! God, they're truth.
Oh, I'm sorry that hurt. Oh, you shouldn't be crying.
Oh, you sneaky.
Don't cry, buddy. I just made you immune to punches in the face.
I made you immune to kicks in the dick. Come on,